We're here with another episode of the Come On Man podcast, episode 8. And I got two feature guests that I truly love, like my brothers from another mother. They're my high school buddies. We've been knowing each other since middle school. It's a middle school, elementary, huh?
It's middle school for me.
I met you in middle school?
You tried to bully me, yeah.
No.
For real?
Okay.
Yeah, you tried to bully me.
So I got my two broskies in this building right now. This is a special episode, and I'm pretty proud of it, and I'm pretty honored and to be in your presence right now. And I got on one side, I got my homeboy Josh Richie Rich.
Hello. What's going on?
They call my boy Senpai on the album.
Senpai, DBN, Dope by Nature, or just Josh Rich.
Okay. And then on the other side, I got my boy Hector. They call him Hansway, but he's still my big teddy bear, man. And that's my homeboy for life. This is my boy Hector Salazar. What's up, my boy?
What's up? Yeah, this Hector. For the record, ain't nobody ever call me Juanse or Juanse. Every time Alan meets me, it's a whole new nickname. But Hector, go way back with Alan to middle school days too. Well, at least that's when we were first introduced, closer in high school and stuff. But yeah, happy to be here.
That's what's up. And I appreciate y'all boys for being on the show. And you know, I'll be back on the east side, back on the North Shore side.
Back on the east.
Class 009, class of 2009. What's up? You heard?
9 and 10, right?
We 10. I'm 10 over here.
You 10?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He said you better come with your facts if you don't.
Oh, man. But, yeah, man. So I like to start the episodes with some bangers, with a banger question. And we're going to kick it off. So the banger question is, what consistently brings you joy? Even though we all go through hell or hard times, what brings you consistent joy?
I'll go first.
Go ahead. Getting a link to bite.
Honestly, I truly realize after being a dad and fiending for free time, the thing that I enjoy the most is whenever I'm able to have some quality bro time with all of my long-term friends. Right. Honestly, I'm really big on that. That recharges my battery.
Okay, that's what's up, Josh. Appreciate that, my brother. What about you, Hector? What consistently brings you joy, even though you go through hell and hard times?
I could have said something generic like family or something. So.
What do I always?
Hey. On this episode, y'all just keep it real, man. You can is open arms on this podcast. This is a Come On Man podcast for men. Just safe space to say whatever you got to say and get it off your chest, man. So be safe.
You need like an air horn every time you say "Come on, man."
I need like an air horn.
Air horn. Come on, man.
Damn, no. This is a safe space, man. So don't be afraid to say whatever. If you're scared, we can stop.
No. It's definitely not that I'm scared. It's just I don't know why, but I do this with everything. I overthink the most simplest questions, the most simplest decisions. So what genuinely brings me joy, even though I'm going through hell?
So good, man. Take your time. You have nothing?
It can be something little.
It can be something little.
Why
did I do that, bro?
Something little, bro.
No.
Like,
hey, man, it's just me, man. You know me. It's just me. Chill. You don't have to. This is not an interview or intervention. You good? Come on. What consistently brings you joy, even though you're going through hard times and hell? What brings you joy every day?
Damn. Well, you know what brings me joy now, or like what I can think of can bring me joy right now.
Now, in the past, in the future, what brings you joy? What makes you wake up in the morning every day and puts a smile on your face?
Okay. It's gonna sound cliche, sound cheesy, but like just knowing the fact that that my current situation doesn't have to be like this forever. Like, it's weird, bro, because it's not somebody, it's not someone, it's not something. Because I can't pinpoint to something, I would say just knowing the fact that in this experience,
Hey, we're sorry, y'all. Sorry, listeners. We got dogs in the building, so we're trying to do the best we can.
You know what? My dogs bring me joy every day, even though I'm going through hell. You know what I'm saying? No, but honestly, just knowing the fact that life is a journey and that we don't have to, that this isn't permanent right now, knowing that I can change, that it's up to me to decide how I want to live my life. Free will. That brings me joy.
Okay.
Even though I'm going through hell. Free will.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Free will for what?
See, I told him not to do that, and then he did it.
Yeah.
I said, don't
He's like, this is what I'm going to say. If he asks something like that, he's like, please don't do that.
Yeah. You know what my second answer was? It was anime.
Analect?
Anime.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. There's nothing wrong. Well, there's nothing wrong with anime. You know, everybody likes anime. Everybody likes Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that.
Like, no matter how hard like something has impacted me, I've never not been able to watch anime.
What brings me joy consistently, even though I'm going through hard times in hell, my son, my life, me waking up and seeing my family and stuff, doing, having the ability to do what I love to do and having the support, from my wife and things like that. And then, having that complete 360 in my life, going through hell, going through fighting with my baby mama, going through going to jail, stealing, not being responsible, being irresponsible, just not giving a fuck,
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Close the door. Close the door. Just close the goddamn door.
Yeah. Go ahead.
When you were going through stuff with your baby mama, what brought you joy then?
When I was going through stuff with my baby mama?
When you were actually in that moment, right? Because you told us what brings you joy consistently now. But when shit was like at its roughest point, like what was something that really brought you joy on a day-to-day? You went through all this shit during the day, right? And then you went home and you was like, God damn, I'm happy I'm at least able to do.
I was happy to have a bond with my son. After I've been a father and stuff like that, that's my ace boo coon right there, man. That's my homie. Yeah. And even though I was going through hell, even though, people just look at me and say, man, fuck you and who are you and whatever, I didn't, and all the shit that I was going through, I didn't really care because I had my son in the back of my mind telling me, even though he wasn't saying it because he was young, he was just kind of like, hey, in my mind, I was like, and him telling me just like, hey, Dad, I love you. I'm always caring about you, no matter what's going on. I know you messed up in the past and whatever, and stuff didn't work out with your mom, with my mom or whatever. But he was my constant joy every day. Once I just focused on him and just forgot about the rest, everything became easy. My marriage became easy. My life became easy. My spouse, she brings me consistent peace no matter what's going on. Like, I don't have to do drugs or smoke weed or drink or whatever to have a good time, because she makes sure I have a good time in my life, because she know what I've been through, and I told her everything. I gave her everything on the table that, like, hey, this is what's going on in my life, and you can take it or you can leave it. And she took it and she said, I understand you and I want to be in your life. And then we got married.
Damn, yeah,
that's special.
What's up? It's just nice that y'all got to that point that she, it kind of sounds like you had to get to that point that she understood that. And like you said, this is my life. This is not necessarily take it or leave it, but like, this is what I come with, and are we going to make this work or not?
Yeah. And no. And not just me having, the downfalls or,
right.
Or, what's the shit you call? I'll say downfalls, like having baggage, like bad baggage or some shit, or problem baggage or whatever you want to call it. She has some defaults too. She lost her hearing at a young age.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and she uses cochlear implants.
Oh, okay.
To hear and stuff like that. It's pretty cool because she can like turn off sound, and I think of her as a superhero and shit like that. It's pretty cute, but
It must be peaceful.
no, yeah, it's peaceful. Like she can just turn off noise, and she's like, you know what, fuck y'all, boop.
She's like, Alan, I'm tired of you talking.
Yeah, that's it. She turns it off. Like I'm like, damn, that's a great power to have. Just to turn off sound. Someone just talking shit. Oh, you motherfucker. Oh, okay, boop.
Yeah,
And they just yapping away. But no, she that's a beautiful defect. And she kind of challenged me when we first met, and she said, "Hey, I got this issue," and I was like, "Oh, what?" I'm thinking about some generic girl issue she's dealing with, but she said, "No, I'm deaf," and I'm like, "Oh shit, you're deaf?" And she's like, "Yeah, what do you think about that?" I was like, "I don't know," and she was expecting me to. Oh no, hell no! You gotta get out of my house. You fucked up.
Yeah,
you got a defective ear. You can't hear nothing. You're deaf. But I know I took it full hearted. I took it full heartedly. That's the word. And I said, no, that's fine. That's cool. I like your vibe. I like your energy. I like your personality. I like everything about you, right? And I just took her for who she is. I ain't think about her being deaf or all the issues we're gonna be dealing with when I'm trying to talk to her, because she says huh a lot, like huh, because she's trying to process what you're trying to say. But I kind of respect that about her, and I truly love that ability for her. It gives me patience. It gives me peace. It gives me joy to actually learn my spouse and learn my wife in a whole different way, instead of just her having the ability to hear and all that other stuff. It gives me full joy to be in her presence, if that makes sense.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Honestly, that means that she came with a whole bunch of great qualities.
Man, what?
And hearing is, that doesn't define what her personality is.
Right.
Like, that's amazing, because you wouldn't be saying that if she wasn't just amazing on all other fronts. No,
man, she's my world, man. She's my world, and I do anything for her. Like, man, she treats me like a rich man, bro. Even though I'm broke sometimes.
Oh man.
And we pay our bills, and I got no money. She treats me like I'm royalty, bro, and it's crazy. And it tripped me out, and I was just like, nah, this can't be true. But it is true. There are good women out there in the field, even though the dating world is trash right now. It's garbage.
Can I tell a bad story?
please do.
Yeah. My bad. I'm making my boy Hector about to cry over. You good? Go ahead.
I'm good.
I'm a lighten it, because that is amazing. Like, honestly, what you literally said is what every man wishes for. Yeah, it's what they really want. And after talking to a lot of dudes, it's amazing that you're the only dude that I've ever heard say that.
Yeah.
Really, like, about that girl. So that's amazing.
Yeah, man. I do, like I said, I do anything for her. And a lot of men can't do that, man, for some reason. Or a lot of men just, bow down to the wife and let the wife wear the pants in the relationship, or they trying to have that power of, stepping up to the plate. And then they don't fully get there. They get like halfway, put like one toe on the plate, and then be like, "Oh, I'm a man," but they're not really a man. They just kind of "Oh, I'm in a relationship with this woman, but I don't feel like myself." And if that makes sense.
And they want control, but they don't want to lead sometimes.
Basically,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
But no, man. Let's lighten up the mood, man. What about y'all, man? How's relationship? How's marriage?
It's going good, and it's definitely, it's not easy, for sure, especially being married for quite a few years and whatnot. It's just
How many years?
Married for 6 years, going on 7.
Damn! Congratulations, my boy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's some fucking milestone, bro.
Man, and you know what? There's a saying that says that, like, year 5 is always the hardest, and that's like whether you make it or break it, and that is very, very true for sure. It's definitely tough. It's not easy. it takes two to tango for sure. But damn, everything you said is right. You know, kind of like you said about your girl. We all have faults. We all have strengths, and it just goes back to, like I said, the thing that brings me joy is the fact that your current situation doesn't have to be like we live in a world where we could have been born anything. We could have been born dogs. We could have been born anything else. You know, we could have been something else, but we made the gene pool to be people, and we have free will. So just knowing the fact that your current situation don't have to be like this. So if everybody's going through any tough times or anything like that, you know, you can either, there's always a brighter side at the end of the tunnel for sure.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. Appreciate that. What about you, Josh? How's the relationship life?
Man, I will get into that, but to piggyback off of what he just said, you know, something that I talk about all the time is that, like, you know, real relationships are actually tough. They're kind of ugly. And when you talk to single people, you know, what you realize is that what they say they would never put up with is in real relationships, you find out, like, you might have to wait on your partner to overcome that, like, that weird trait. Mm-hmm. And being single was easy because I feel like I was king of ejecting. Like, oh, like, this is your one issue? Your pinky so too big? Like, whatever. Like, I'm about to just move around. Oh, you called me 3 times today. I wish it was only twice. I'm moving around. Like, that was easy. But, you know, especially now that I've had a child, like, you know, trying to push through people's shortcomings, you realize is actually tough, right? Like, it's actually really hard. It's really ugly. And it's, you know, I could say everything is going good because holistically, you know, it still is a beautiful thing. I'm in a beautiful place. I am happy that my family's together. But, like, the trife that it takes to go through this on a day-to-day basis, like, I want to be real. It's hard sometimes. Like, it is crazy. Like, it's strange because as friends, it's easy to accept that other person's faults, but it's weird with a partner. It's like, it is so tough. Like, it's crazy. Like,
what do you like? Can you give us an example, like what you're dealing with that is hard?
I have a lot.
Just go ahead and make sure we block I'm gonna give you my girl's handle so you can block her off of this.
Yeah. Like,
no, y'all good, man. Don't be afraid, man. Y'all getting shit off y'all chest, like, for real. Y'all getting shit off y'all chest.
I agree. You know what? I agree.
Yeah, like, I know my girl's gonna ask about it. At least she may even listen to it.
He gonna be like, oh, I don't know, baby, it just never came out.
Yeah,
Alan never cut it up. He never uploaded it.
When we talk about sports, but nah, like, I don't know. For instance, like cleaning, right? Like, and I'm starting light, right? Like, cleaning. You meet a person who is like, when I walked in the house, like, it's like, whoa, it's crazy in here. But we're just dating, so, you know, there's no commitment. I don't have to care about this. But when things get serious, it's like, all right, this is a real issue that I need, like, to overcome with you. You know, now we actually have to do it. That would have been a simple reason for me to eject, you know, before, but now I had to kind of sit tight in it. And what I realized is that after I, made it a point to communicate what I thought the issue was and to also lead by example without lashing out, right? Like, having serious communication without, like, speaking emotionally, you know, over time, things have gotten better on that front. And that's really hard to accept because I was never waiting for anyone to get better before. Being single, you don't have to do that. So it's crazy. Like, I know that sounds little. I wanted a light example because I can't let y'all all up in my shit. But like, that was a big deal. You know what I mean? And I see her try every day, and it's still not to the level that I would like, but I cannot downplay that this person has started to do more just because I showed grace, but also communicated, you know, a need.
Right. Okay. And so So what things did you do to kind of train yourself to, stand still and be patient with your spouse, even though she has some like defects or whatever, or she has some stuff that she has to work with? What motivates you to like, man, I really love this person. I really want to be with her. Let me just be patient and work with her. What got you to that point?
Honestly, it mostly has to do with her, because any other relationship that I had taken seriously, there was serious trauma, behind those women. I'm talking like was beaten and abused by dad, mom's a prostitute, and it's causing them to lash out in ways that I had to learn to admit to myself that I cannot emotionally handle, right? Mm-hmm. And I could have showed grace to them, which I attempted to. I could have showed a grace to them, but it ultimately would have brought me down more than it brought me up. So this girl was already on her way up. She, I think it was just right place, right time, because it was not something that I was particularly looking for. It's just something I realized, like, well, this is the most level-headed woman that I, had ever met. And I realized how hard these things were for her. But, if it's just cleaning, I can deal with cleaning. Like she got her head on straight, and she has big plans for the future. And she showed me that she can overcome herself, which gave me faith that she can do that. In almost all instances, it's still hard, right, to wait on it when different problems come up, but I have to choose to give her the chance. She deserves it.
All right, man. Appreciate that. So to close that out, so if y'all was giving advice to another man or a group of men, what advice or motivation or positivity would you give the next man that's dealing with hard times and hell? And what would you do to instill joy in that next man?
I'm gonna say, you know what, the one advice I said, fellas, don't let your girlfriend stop you from finding your wife. And no, I'm just playing. It's like, what I want to say, and don't let your wife stop you from finding your true love. No, I'm just playing.
This guy.
You can cut that out.
No, I'm not.
Nah, what I was gonna say for sure, and you know what, I definitely speak.
Oh shit! Hold on.
He said, Hector, we just gonna have to ask you to go ahead and log off for me. Go ahead and give your headphones to Clint.
All right. Just no, hold on. Make sure everything's good. I just messing with the volume so people get there. You can hear the other person because it had a lot of echo and stuff. Go ahead, Hector. My bad. Go ahead.
No, just definitely, man. Just know that we only get one life. That's it. One time around. Oh, for fuck's sakes, bro.
All right, sorry about that, listeners. We have the dog issue and stuff, but we're working through it.
Hold on, it's because Clint don't know. Hold on.
You should have that waiting music.
So, yeah, we having technical difficulties, and we're dealing with this dog situation. I said I should have did this at my house, but it is what it is. So y'all gonna listeners, y'all gonna get this raw and uncut. Y'all gonna hear everything. So Hector, do you have anything positive or motivation to give to the next man?
Yeah, definitely. Just to carry on what I was gonna say is that we only get one life. We only get one shot at this this journey that we call life, and just know that at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is your own personal happiness. And the reason why I say that is because we all go through our own stuff. We all go through life. Life is a journey. We all have our ups and downs. I was married once before, divorce. That was it was something very hard to do at first, but it was so easy when I finally decided to, like, you know what, I'm gonna choose my personal happiness. Mm-hmm. And now in another marriage, didn't think something was gonna happen, and it happened fairly quick after the other one as well. And I was so freaking. It's been an adventure, and it's gotten to a point that now we're together because we want to be together. You know what I'm saying? Like, and and I guess the the thing that made us realize is that we can easily just not be together, and that makes us want to work at it more together. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. That makes sense. That's what my wife used to say. You got to be willing and able to make it work.
Yeah,
you got to be willing to if you actually want to be with this person, you got to be willing to do the work, and you got to be able to do the work as well, not just willing. Because you just can't everybody can be with somebody. Everybody can do anything, they want. They can be in a relationship. They can be in marriage. But once you're in the marriage, are you able to maintain that marriage or maintain that relationship and actually care about that person and actually be with that person? But most people are not able to do it, but they're willing to do it. Everybody's willing to get in a relationship, but everybody's not able to do the work, if that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, it's just kind of crazy, man. Just kind of crazy.
Everyone's willing to jump into it. Is staying into it is what's really tough.
Right.
Like staying into it. You know what I realized? When I found myself at my highest point, being in the fitness, planning out my future or whichever, what I really found was that being single is easy. Like, I'm easily happy. If I was single again today, I know I would not be a sad person. Like, caring about yourself is actually easy. I realize that I don't need a lot. I don't even need a whole bunch. Like, and to have yourself figured out is easy. But when you get into a relationship, now you got to figure not just that other person out, but how y'all are together. Right. That's tough.
Let's talk about let's talk about your questions, Josh, about the red pill effect. You said, is it the red pill? Is the red pill effect actually healthy for men? You want to expand on it?
Yes, absolutely. Should we talk about what the red pill is first?
Yeah. Go ahead and talk about it.
Okay, so what the red pill is, it's a metaphor for the pills that Morpheus offered Neo in the Matrix. So essentially, the blue pill, he could keep living in this simulated reality, right, and just kind of live a life that isn't real, or he could take the red pill and face the hard truths and combat what is essential to life. So essentially, the red pill, internet-wise, is for men to see women nature, right? To acknowledge and accept what woman nature actually is.
Right.
So I think it was supposed to be a healthy space where men were just supposed to help each other understand women. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's become something so much more. Why I feel like I see a lot of bitter men online that just kind of want to degrade women to, I don't know, make up for how they were treated in the past, or success made them feel like, like Mike Jones said, like, back then you didn't want me.
Right.
Now I'm hot, you all on me, so I can do you however,
Right.
Is what I see now. And I think the basis of it is actually healthy. Like, when you talk about being in relationships and how girls may act in relationships, they may, I don't know, trigger you or make you wonder if this person is even into me, and how to handle it, right? But now what it's become is how to handle whores, right? Like, how to deal with whores. They only focus on the loosest women and the high value men, and then they want to coach you to be a whore. Essentially, back when I first discovered it, which was the Black Phillip Show by
Patrice O'Neal.
Patrice O'Neal was talking to everyday men about the nature of their woman, and he wasn't telling them just leave her, just dog her out, she's this or this and this and that. Mm. He was offering real world advice, saying like, yo, women are like XYZ. And, it might come from a place of love. You just don't understand it. And you should respond like this or move around. Mm-hmm. He was talking to the everyday man. But now the most buzzworthy terms in the red pill space is high value man. That's all they talk about, which is not the majority of people that watch it.
And then they don't even know how to use it properly, because they just talk about just majority, just income wise, financial wise. Or it's a lot different than that, like Kevin Samuel says, you know?
Like, absolutely.
It's a requirement, but not and it's not even the requirement on top of that. There's a lot more that goes into it.
I honestly question why we even talk about the high value man. Why are you online talking about the high value man and what they go through dating wise to average people?
Right.
Like, why is that the thing? Like how is it actually helping average people? So to move forward in what I believe, if it's helping men or not, I think right now it mostly is not.
All right. So, Hector, do you have anything about the red pill space actually helping for men? Do you think so?
My answer is going to be for sure, and only because I feel like right now that's the only type of outlet in that sense of, and I want to be very careful when I say like showing men how to be better. No, because to Josh's point, I think we need to make the distinction when it went from being gentlemen, how to treat a lady, how to be responsible and whatnot, to the extremist point that became, or what people call it now, red pill, you know, or that, like, I compare it to politics too. Like, bro, there's things on all sides of both left and right and whatnot, but then when people want to make it quote unquote red pill or blue pill, they go to the far extremes of the principles. No, there's definitely positive to learn from everything. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, a red pill point is to freaking open the door for your lady, you know, be a gentleman, be respectful, be a provider, be this and that. But then you have those people, like Josh said, to the point that they never got no play in growing up. They got bullied or whatever, and they get to a point that they get to a social status, financially, or this and that they're a little better off than their next man. Mm-hmm. And to a degree, they because when they were younger, they saw that the ones that always got those type of girls were a certain way. That's how so you know, there's definitely like I said, we just need to distinguish when it went from being the gentleman and like when fathers taught their sons how to be men or whatever, to a degree, how to treat a lady to the point that to the extreme. So yeah, I say just like with anything else, you got to pick the good, the right, the positive, do your research, and the bad, the negative, the false. No, you know.
Okay, appreciate that, Hector. I don't got anything about the red pill. I know it's a group of men that just degrading women for no apparent reason, because they feel like they need to have some type of power, and they feel like since I got this power now and I'm woke and I can say what everybody have that free will, to say, or freedom of speech. So they feel like they have that power to like, oh, I'm gonna degrade this woman and call her a B word and this, and she a S word and a C word and all this other stuff under the sun. And it's like, why would you do that? What satisfaction do you get from that, degrading women, to have that sense of power? Like, oh, I feel good for disrespecting you.
They get views. That's a satisfaction. I used to watch early Kevin Samuels, and Kevin Samuels, a part of his early portions were for men. They were for men. But the crazy thing is, I guess no one cares about men becoming better men, because when he was helping them, he didn't go viral. But when he told a woman about herself, while I think back in that day was genuinely trying to help her, it blew up. Whenever Fresh and Fit, they kick a girl off the podcast, it's clipped, it goes viral, right? Like it's almost like watching trash TV. Right, like you kind of watch it because you want to see them just kind of get upset with, that type of woman and exert power. Yeah, right. Like it's entertainment. It's no longer for us. Predominantly, it's entertainment.
Okay, so to flip the script, so what can we do to resolve it? What positive? What if we have the power to change it? What things can we change to get rid of the red pill effect, or to avoid it, or whatever? What certain way can we resolve it, or find a resolution to change that?
If you want to fix red pill, again, like if we're talking about red pill community, red pill people,
make sure this is a positive. Like, what can you do to fix it, type of thing, just to make sure. This, we ain't bad. First we was bashing, but we're not bashing.
I was gonna say, fellas, get some pussy, bro. Honestly, like that goes a long way. That goes a long way for guys that ain't never No, I'm talking some real shit for real. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Because you get a lot of those extremists, like I said, the incels that take it to disrespecting women, and it's like, bro, calm down, bro. At the end of the day, you got to reflect upon yourself and notice that you're not getting certain women, you're not getting girls, this and that because of you. It's either the way you look, the way you dress, the way you smell, the way you take care of yourself. If you don't have no ambitions, this and that. Just level up, bro. Become a better man, and the women will come. And y'all need to get laid because that helps you like get so much confidence, bro. And you understand that at the end of the day, sex is awesome, sex is great, but sex can and sometimes it's just sex. But then it's not only is it needed, but you go from hating women to understanding that it's a part of life. I don't know. You understand what I'm trying to say, Josh?
I get what you're trying to say. You know, something about, you know, being a dude is like you like to be straightforward like that, but it's just not that easy. All these dudes in the comments slandering those women, they want pussy. Like they want it. I'm sure they wish that they could have it. And I think I like watched a documentary yesterday about like the Gen Z and Gen Alpha and essentially how like they're having less sex than like way less sex than every generation before them. And you know, it's not just as open anymore. And you know, the documentary that I watched, I think it's because everyone is behind the screen.
Oh, I was just about to say it has to do with social media. It has to do with that interaction is not there anymore as much.
And it's intimidating because girls get a lot of attention. If you
validation,
y'all remember like high school popularity, like what that looked like,
Right.
So social media makes the whole world high school. Is how I feel like.
Damn.
It makes the whole world
right.
like high school, and like to bring our guests in the room into it. Like, there's a girl that we you know, we saw that worked at the bar to where, you know, you saw her in real life. You're like, oh, you know, she's cool. And if you had to rate her physically, you'd be like, man, she's cool, but she a cool like 6. He showed me her Instagram, and I was like, that's a fucking dime. Like, is that her? Like,
Right.
You know, what is that? But like, I don't think the same goes for guys. Like, we don't, you know, the women really dominate that space, you know? So I don't think it's a healthy outlet for them neither. And it's teaching them to be hateful now is what it is, and spiteful. And y'all correct me if, you know, I'm wrong. But when I go, like, I hate to sound this shallow, but, you know, I think it's nature. But when I go too long with, like, a little something, like, I kind of lash out a little bit. Like, I get a little weird. Like, I get a little aggressive. I might be angry out of nowhere or whatever. So I can only imagine what they feel like because, you know, as a whole, they're having way less sex than us. So I can only imagine the frustration.
Right. So,
yeah.
now, so what? To flip that script, what
can we do to change it in a positive direction?
Yeah, in a positive direction. Like, not change it. We don't have that power to change it. But if you did have that power to like fix the red pill man effect, and, you know, bring back the gentleman aspect of it, what would we do? What would we do? Like, how can we teach the people? How can we teach the men on the podcast or anybody in general, or teach them how to bring that gentleman aspect of you know, just being a good man instead of being the red pill man and being disrespectful and ugly and shit like that? How can we change that?
I think we need to learn to identify and overlook the entertainment value of the how the men treat the women on these shows. And honestly, we need to look past the type of women that they bring on these shows.
Okay.
They bring a new set of OnlyFans girls on all of these things, and that's who they talk to. How many OnlyFans girls in real life do y'all really know? I know y'all might know a few, but you don't know 3 episodes worth, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Do y'all?
I don't know. Our guest speaker seems to be subscribed to at least 4 of them.
Wow. That's crazy.
I mean, I guess over there.
No,
But you know them.
we see. Yeah, you see him. Yeah, you see him on social media. You see him on.
You don't know him in real life. Yeah.
Well, you don't know him in real life. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right. When you're going out dating, like you probably didn't run into the majority of them. It's honestly a majority of women trying to bumble around and figure things out too.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go ahead and move away from the red pill effect and move on to the next subject and stuff. So, Josh, in your topics, you were saying that what are modern day relationship roles in today's society? So you want to expand on that? Like,
I will. I feel like the way that the economy is now, that modern day relationship roles are actually confusing for all of us, because I think in this room, we've probably witnessed some type of where the man takes care of the woman. Mm-hmm. And I think that's increasingly harder to find at this point. And now that that's not the same, I think a lot of what relationship strife is, or dating strife is women still feeling like they deserve that, and men wanting to do that, but both parties beating themselves up because it's not that way anymore.
Well, this is the thing too. You really have to go way back, because it's way different back then. I honestly think like the economy affects it too. The cost of living is not the same as it was then. You know what I mean? You see millennials nowadays can't even afford houses, can't even buy this and that. So like it all plays a factor, I think.
Inflation.
Yes.
But when we're dating, when you sit down and you talk to that woman, that does not come up.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like an invisible problem when you're dating, right? Like, she's just wondering why things aren't the way they, like, for instance, as an example, one thing, so to bring some more personal business out, like when my girl was pregnant, like I couldn't pay all her rent because I was paying bills too.
Right.
And something that she told me, and she felt like she had to tell me and be honest about, was that I had resentment that you weren't paying all my bills when I was pregnant. So my first reaction was to be angry, because one, it was a surprise. Right. Mm-hmm. I was getting, licensed to do other things, what I'm doing now.
Right.
And she knew that when we went into it, but she still felt resentment. I think that she knew it was crazy that she felt resentment, but she still felt that way. It's because, I think it's almost ingrained into us that it was supposed to be that way. We're just supposed to take care of it. Because if you talk to her about, like, are things supposed to be 50-50? She'll hard up tell you, well, like, women are more capable now. We should be out earning and this and that. But you still felt resentment that I didn't pay all your bills, like, at the moment. Like, it's just natural to them. I think because we can't care for them holistically, it's making them angry at us, and no one's really talking about that. It's not the same.
But to give a positive side, there still is hope in the relationship. There still is hope in the 50-50 method. And me and my wife, we go 50-50 in what we do. And we talk about things, we plan things, we schedule things, we do everything as a team. Because relationships, it got to become a team. Relationship or marriage, it has to be a team. But I know it's not like that in the dating world. But if you find that person that can give you that understanding, can give you that peace, can give you that that piece of not having that resentment or whatever, because you got to pay all her bills and shit like that. There's women out there, like, they'll go 50-50 and they're like, hey, don't trip, babe. I got you. We good. We're gonna take care of it. Even though we got a baby, or even though we're dealing with a hardship or whatever, we're gonna be all right. That's a team. But the women out there now, yeah, there's not very good women out there that's gonna do that because they want a man to be a high dollar man and pay all her bills and take care of my feelings and take care of my kids and take care of whatever I'm dealing with. You gotta worry about my problems. Fuck your problems as a man. And that's not how it's supposed to be. But I'm trying to put positive into what we're talking about is there is possibility, and there's hope that men and women can work together in a relationship and marriage and have a long lasting relationship and marriage to do whatever they need to do. But if you can't find that person, and if that person you're dealing with in your relationship or marriage is not the one for you, and is toxic and not giving you peace, or not pulling a weight, or not working as a team to build something together, instead of just building their tower and not building your tower, or building the tower together, then you need to walk away and leave that person. If you feel it's right. But if not, and you feel like that person is right for you, you feel like you need to work it, then work. Like I said, you need to be willing and able to work it.
Let me ask y'all something. We know we need things to be 50-50 now, right? And we do appreciate a girl that, starts to work. But if you had it your way, would you be in 50-50 if you didn't have to?
Only for the woman that's worth it.
That's right. That's it.
Simple as that.
So that means that you would want to take care of everything, right?
No. That means I do not mind taking care of everything if she's worth it, 100%.
But if she's worth it, and if she wants you to do that, or if you willing, if you got a girl that said, you don't have to pay all the bills, I'll pay like the light bill or the water bill or whatever, then work that plan. But if you free willingly want to just pay all the bills because you want to feel like a true man, then do that.
But that's what I'm asking, actually. Would you rather be in a 50-50, or do you actually deeply wish to only be in a 50-50 where you have to? And
I'd rather be 50-50.
You rather be 50-50 the whole time?
Yeah. It makes everything easier.
I do not.
Not
I do
me
not.
either,
I don't want that. I don't want that, and I don't like that. Like, deep down, I want to take care of everything. I saw my grandpa hold it down like that, and honestly, like, it's a running joke. And the red pill is like, they can't even decide, what they want to eat. How could you trust them with other things? Well, the thing is like, yeah, they do have problems choosing what to eat. I'd rather be the one to make that easier for you. Like, in this sense, I want to be the full provider. Yeah, like, I want to come in and
you can still be the full provider and still be the full man that you want to be, but you can still have a 50-50 relationship where y'all can go half on most things to make y'all life easier. Y'all can still have y'all still individual accounts, bank accounts. Y'all can still have y'all separate lives. Y'all can still do whatever what you're doing when you were single. You can still do that in a relationship. You can still do that in a marriage. I'm doing that right now. My wife got me over here doing the podcast, and I'm free at free will because I respect her. I respect her privilege, and she respects my privilege because we're working as a team.
Question for you, Alan.
What's up?
Like you say, you're able to do this. First and foremost, I agree with everything that you said, 100%. Right there with you. Mm-hmm. If I didn't know any better, would you say that, did it get to a point that you and your current wife almost got to a point that y'all weren't going to be together? Did it get to that point that it got so bad that you're like, you know what? And then now y'all are here, or no? No,
it did. It did. We had our battles and stuff at the beginning because, the stuff she was doing was kind of annoying me, and the stuff I was doing was annoying. But it's the typical relationship and marriage problems. I stopped talking to her when we actually start talking to each other, and then she started tripping out about something. I was like, oh no, this is a red flag, because I was thinking about my past relationship, and I was like, man, this is stupid. And and I had like a good true feeling about her, and I was like, man, this is stupid. She was just trying to see something about me, or she was asking something about me, and I felt that it was like too personal, because like you just knowing me, I'm just knowing you, like we moving too fast. But I came back around and apologized, and I was like, hey, I'm sorry for treating you like that, and blah blah blah. But yeah, we did have our problems. We did have our, we had moments where like I was talking about divorce, or she was talking about divorce, but I was like, nah, that like whatever we arguing about or screaming about or cussing each other out, it was like, once we thought about it, we was like, this is stupid. Why why are we fighting about something so simple that we turned into something so big? And you know, once we found that maturity and actually examine our issues and our problems and sat down and talk about them, and actually be mature and not be like, oh, nah, blah 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 blah. No, we actually sat down and examined and actually like, damn man, that was stupid. We're going back and forth because I left the toilet seat up, and I was like, why we damn near going through
the divorce too.
Yeah, the divorce or going through
letting a fight get to that point.
Yeah, or basically going
for the toilet seat and shit.
Yeah, or basically going to you know, we going for each other's throats.
Yeah, about
something so simple, but we basically found a way to work things out.
And that right there, man. And so the reason why I asked is because what you said before, that how you said like, you know, I'm out here right now doing this podcast. We got to the point. It kind of reminds me of myself too, as well. Like me and my current girl, Josh, he's a witness to. You know, we've gone through our things. We definitely gone through our like it got to a point, bro, that it was either we either find a way to make this work because I have certain boundaries, I have certain things, you have certain boundaries, you have certain things that you want me to respect as well, or we don't got to be together. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point that we both realized we can choose our own happiness, and it got to a point like, well, you know what? I am happy with you. You know what I'm saying? And the shit that you don't like that I do, whatever, that's getting you to the point that you want to leave me. Fix that. The stuff that I didn't like about you that I wanted to leave you and be done. You changed that around because it got to that point that make it or break it. Like, hey, we're either gonna be done or we come out of it. And to your point, that's what I'm able to do this podcast right now. That's what I'm able to go out with my friends when I want. That's why she's able to do what she wants. Like, you know, obviously within respectful boundaries and stuff.
Yeah, y'all respect each other
for sure. And but that's what I'm saying. Like, it got to that point, you know. And that's I guess that's where I want I said earlier as far as like things, your situation right now don't have to be the same. I'm gonna turn the AC on real quick, bro, because it's hot.
I mean, to touch on your situation, I don't think the toilet seat was actually little. So, to give an example, my girl bought like this new scrubbing brush to clean different things that I don't think we really need, right? Mm-hmm. I can get a towel and clean the tub. I don't need an electric brush to go in there and clean the tub, right? So we had a fight because she rolled her eyes at me when asking about this thing. We just got our floors done, so of course I'm the one who had to pick up and move everything before the floor people came, right? So her automatic scrubbing brush was missing, and it was in the garage, which is full of her old house items. Like my garage, you can't even walk like 3 feet in my garage. It's full of her old house.
Right.
So what happened was I was like, babe, I promise I'm going to go get this thing for you. I'm going to go find it. And then she rolled her eyes on me, and I was like, yo, do not do that shit. Like, it's disrespectful. Like, I don't do that to you. So she walked out of the room, right? And she came back and she apologized. And when she told me, she was like, I'm really sorry I did that. She was like, you're right. You don't do that to me. But the thing is I have resentment that I hadn't expressed because you told me that you were going to find XYZ in the garage before, and we still don't have it. It wasn't a priority to you, right?
So she wanted you to get it like instantly?
Not instantly, but she's told me different things that she's wanted before that, honestly, in my opinion, I probably didn't think it was necessary. And I didn't go get them for her. But that was important to her, right? And just because it was not important to me, I didn't treat it serious enough. And I had to give her grace and say, well, this is actually serious to you. It's a little thing. If I just got to go in the garage and dig through some stuff and get you this thing, like, why show an attitude about it just because I don't think it's important? Same thing with you in the toilet seat. You thought the toilet seat was something little. Like, girl, you can just put it down yourself. But she probably, Alan told you like 100 times before, put the freaking toilet seat down, and you never have.
Right. I got you. That's what's up. So, yeah, man. So, just basically, there was I don't know, because we ready to talk about the positivity and stuff like that too. I'm just trying to keep track of everything. But we'll move forward and stuff like.
We did. You said the positive thing you went to a man or whatever.
Yeah. So basically, that knowing that whatever what's going on in today's modern day, whatever in the relationship roles, what things you think that should be, what resolutions that you can give to the next man when it comes to, the modern day roles, like if, they don't want to pay 50-50 or they do want to pay 50-50 or they want to, like what positivity can you give to the man to fix that modern day role instead of being one-sided? How can it be a team aspect in a relationship or marriage?
Evaluate your emotional threshold and communicate that. And that way you give that person a fair chance. I think a lot of strife of what happened with guys is that we try to either just quickly solve the problem or bypass the problem. When my girl, in that example I just told you, had to remind me of all the things that she told me about, and the commonality that I put together between those things was, you give a shit about them and I don't, right? But that was like a love language for her. Like, just go grab it. You're strong enough to move the boxes. Just go get it for me, please. I'm telling you that I need this and I want this, and it will make me happy.
So what you do to fix that situation? What was the resolution? To
evaluate your emotional threshold and to communicate your needs. So if what she wants is too much and it breaches your threshold, like for instance, I mentioned my exes and her mom being a prostitute, right? When she would cry to me about like the way that her mom would slander her and how the men would treat her when they came in the house, like I had to be honest with myself and say, I cannot deal with this. Like, I am not equipped to deal with this, and I'm pushing this relationship along, and it's killing me. Right? It's killing. Like, I love you, but I have to let you go with love.
Right.
Instead of being a martyr. And then communicate. What I realize is that I will be quiet to avoid fights because I thought it was convenient, but honestly, it's just kicking a goddamn can down the road. You need to say how you feel as soon as you're able to be calm enough to say it. So evaluate your emotional threshold. How much can you handle? Don't lie to yourself. You're not a superhero. And communicate how you feel, whether it's big or little.
Okay. Appreciate that, Josh. Hector, do you have anything positive? Like, you have like anything positive or a positive message to give about the modern day relationship roles in today's society? Do you have anything to get to the next man in a positive matter?
He emphasized that in a positive matter, please. No, definitely, man. Just work on yourself, and what I mean by that, become a man, become a next level man, become like level up, just in every sense of the word. Go hit the gym, work on your mental health, go aspire for security, financial security in life. Something that we really don't talk about, we don't think about is one day we're going to be 60, hopefully, tomorrow's never guaranteed, but 60, 70, 80 years old. Are we doing what we need to do right now to prepare financially for that? You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I mean, gentlemen, just like become a better version of you in all aspects, financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, if you are spiritually, if not, whatever, but just become a better man, and you'll inspire other men to be better.
Damn, that's deep. Okay, Hector. That boy got you, boy.
That's why you need an air horn, bro.
Damn, my boy Hector, boy. Yeah, so appreciate that. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. I think there's another Josh one. How do men overcome hard times, and what support do they actually have? Hector or Josh, who want to go first? And expand on that.
What was the question one more time? I apologize.
How do men overcome hard times, and what support do they actually have?
All right. Oh, that's a two-part question. So the first one is how to get through hard times. Honestly, like I said, it just goes back to once you realize that you only have one shot at this little game we call life, and just know that, like, through hard times, when I'm dealing with such a hard time situation that I'm nervous, scared, I don't want to do whatever. I just the thing that really mentally gets me over is just knowing that, hey, Monday still has to come. Next week still has to happen. Next month still, like, no matter what happens about this interview, no matter what happens about this financial stress thing that I'm going through right now, no matter what happens with hard time, like, at the end of the day, the world goes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, tomorrow, like, another day is gonna come. So this too shall pass, essentially.
Right.
You know, this moment's gonna pass. Just, you know what? I sum it up to say, there's a quote that says, if you're going through hell, keep going. Yeah. If you're keep going. Yeah.
If you're going through hell, keep going.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, appreciate it. So, listeners, remember that if you're going through hell, keep going. And what about you, Josh? What?
Why would you stop? It's hell. But I agree, honestly. Like, I have the same thing to say, but from a different perspective.
Okay.
Is when you're in some shit, sometimes it feel like you can't even see the future. Like, you can't see anything other than the really bad shit that you going through.
Right.
You have to keep going. The little steps matter because they will change your future, and they help you check yourself.
Okay.
They help you check yourself. So just keep going. Don't stop striving. You can slow down. Slow down. You get life punches you in the face. You could slow down. You could be down for the count, but don't be down until 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get up and, just keep going. It isn't forever. You have to disassociate and look at the bigger picture. Honestly, Hector helped me do that today.
Hell yeah. Appreciate that, Hector.
No, appreciate y'all.
So, what about the other question? What support do men actually have? Or do because I feel like that first question we expand on the banger question early on in the episode, but on the second part of the episode and on the second part of that topic, what support do men actually have in today's society?
Ooh, what support do men actually have in today's society?
I'm gonna go.
Go.
It's each other. The one that won't judge you, right? Like,
what do you talk about women? You talk about men?
No, it's other men. Like, we have to talk about what we're going through.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes our ego does not, because like what I told you about. I'm gonna touch back on the girl whose mom was a prostitute. Like, I could tell one guy, he'd be like, well, bro, I would have never done that in the first place. As soon as you find that out, like, check out. And that makes you not want to talk to them, right?
Right.
You don't want to fuck with them. But, like, when I know I have bros to, like, be vulnerable to and to give me honest opinions, they can give me their opinions, but it won't make me feel like shit. Like, I need that. Like, I feel sorry for anyone that don't have friends, like, honestly. I feel really bad. So men need to talk to each other. Hector says it all the time when we all talk about our problems. He's like, in a weird way, we are all in the same relationship. And I wouldn't have known that had I not talked to y'all about it. Right. I would have felt like I was just going through this independent thing and, woe is me. This is my luck. But then when I figure out we all going through it, it gives me hope. Hector telling me what he had to go through with his wife, and they're in a great place right now. It gives me hope. It lets me know, like, I shouldn't be so quick to want to eject.
Right. Yeah.
But it takes work.
It does take work.
That's the thing. It takes work on both parties.
Yeah, and you also gotta be willing and able to make it happen.
I put it like this: like, with my current wife, I love her to death. We got to the point that we're in a good place. With my ex-wife, one of the two, it could have been another alternate reality. With me and her would have still been good, but it's not, because it takes two to tango. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that.
Appreciate that. What support do they actually have for men in the men's society? On my part, I believe men have support. No, you're good. Men have support in all ranges of life. They have sinners. They have their male friends. They have outlets and stuff like gyms or video games, or they go to clubs or whatever. Like not the actual club, but like clubs like shooting ranges or whatever. To some that passions them, that has something that has like a hobby of them. What's the word? Like a hobby or a passion that they love to do, and it kind of that's kind of a way for men to have that some type of support to keep their character intact, if that makes sense. And because a lot of men don't have no support, because they give a lot of support to other things but men in a way, but at the same time, men we have other men like myself and other men try to find ways to help other men get through the daily lives of being a man in our everyday society. But some men, they kind of just brush it off like, oh, that's bullshit. I don't need help, or I don't need that. Or I'm egotistical, or that's just bullshit. Like that. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? And it's like, there's a reason why men are the ones that are actually trying to reach out to other men and help them to prevent suicide, to prevent depression, prevent just other things that other men are not like talking about or not doing, because their other men not reaching out or whatever, because it doesn't, I don't know what's the word, it doesn't align with them in some aspect of their life, because they feel like that's not for them. It kind of fucks them up. But at the same time, for men in today's society right now, there is support out there, but we just got to look for it if we want it.
I feel like that we have a big ego because the simple example that I can say is that when we were kids as men, you're told not to cry, right? You're told to just get up and, do it. But how far does that go? Like, sometimes I feel like a lot of us think it's weird. I think the way we see relationships right now is that we have to be like somewhat martyrs for our women, but we don't have to suffer. Like, we don't have to suffer, but we don't like to tell each other about everything. Like, honestly, until we hit our 30s, I'm going to bring up another friend that we have. There's another person in our friend group that Hector talks to that, doesn't like to talk to him because, Hector comes up with the, customary machismo of like, you're being a bitch, just get over it. But the last time they talked, like, Hector came from a place of understanding. And to use me as an example, I used to be afraid to like when I was out there for everything. Mm-hmm. But if you would have asked me, well, like, did you do her too? I would have been like, Even today, I told Hector about someone we mutually know. We're like, oh yeah, I did that, and I should have just been able to say that without feeling ashamed, because Hector was like, he might have joked, but he wasn't gonna judge me. But we like for little stuff.
But boy, I would have bunched your ass.
Exactly. But we don't like to actually really talk to each other about like what we really going through.
Right.
Like, I don't think, like, if we weren't on mic, I would tell you more about my girl, but only because I don't think you would just judge her to take my side. You would give me something that was real at this point.
Yeah. Right.
But give it like 15 years ago, like, it would have been a generic, like, leave that bitch because blah, 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 or whatever. Like, and it's like, well, why did I even tell y'all that? Because I wanted to figure out how to get over it, not hear, like, y'all chanting, like, just leave it, like, just quit the game, right? Like,
right.
So I think we have a hard time actually really communicating with each other. I think men have a hard time really saying what's what.
Yeah, we're kind of hard headed. Let's say I hear some old folks saying that hard head make a soft ass, and then that's kind of the man's perspective of it. The man who don't want to change, or the man not looking for some type of help to change or get some advice from another man to make that change in their relationship or in their daily lives, because they know. We go through hard times as men, and basically they don't, you know, yeah, our ego blocks the way to have that positive outlook of life, as you know, as we live it, you know, as we walk this earth as men. And it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for that to do that as a man, because all the bullshit that we deal with on a daily basis, all the shit that we be hearing, all the shit that we be seeing, and we feel like we don't have no help, or we feel like we don't have nobody on our side. But there is people in our corner. There's our family. There's our spouse, if you find the right one. There's your well-being, your mindset of how you look at things. You know, if you train yourself and you work on yourself to find that positivity, that like, yeah, it does suck. It sucks, but you know, I'm not dead. I'm not in jail. I'm not this. I'm not that. That, you know, I'm gonna work on myself, man. And you know, you make a plan and execute that plan. And you find a way, like, man, my life, I don't like my life right now as a man. Let me go do this. And you just do one thing at a time. You like, okay, let me go to the gym because I'm fat, like, or I want to get stronger. So you go to the gym. And you go to the gym one day, like, oh, I like how that feel. What can I, you know, okay, let me go a second time. And you start a routine. You say, oh, you start and you basically like, oh, I can go 3 days a week and stuff like that, and then you start a routine, you master that routine, and then that's a hobby that you can do, and you slowly start building your skills. You start building your the stuff that you need to better yourself as a man, or make that change as a man. And it's just little things like that, but a lot of men don't see it like that. They just you know, they tried to do that and they failed a couple of times, and they just like, nah, fuck that, man. I'm gonna just be with this toxic person and work at Walmart and just say, fuck it, man, this is my life. And they do that for the rest of their life and they die. And that's not how it's supposed to be. There's better on the other side. We just have to work for it, and we have to go find it, and we have to actually, before we get all that good stuff, before we get the good spouse, before we get all the good stuff that we deserve as human beings, we have to go through the trials and tribulations before we can get there. So we have to go through the hard shit before we get there. It's kind of like a test. And once we get through that test and we can survive and do all the stuff that God and everything that God brings, all the challenges that God brings to us, and we face it 10 toes down and overcome those challenges, then He'll bless our game for whatever we need in our life. And that's the cool thing about it.
So let me ask you, like, honestly, whenever your kid kind of came in, bro, you had like fell off the earth, and you know, we would talk to you kind of, you know, sporadically, right?
Right.
And in that time, right, I kind of figured that you didn't find help through your problems through validation from others or new friends, because you would have just talked to us in the first place.
True.
You had to kind of go through your own journey, right?
Yeah, y'all was kind of like my outlet to, like, just y'all, because I know y'all and y'all been in my life. So y'all, every time I call y'all, that was kind of like my peace, because I didn't have no peace in my past relationships and shit, or my past relationship and whatever. I was just going through hell. So calling y'all or doing something that I like to do was kind of my peace to get away, and I don't have to deal with the nonsense, because I was unhappy. I was depressed. I didn't have no money. Tried to look for work, but I couldn't find work. It was a lot of shit that played a factor in my life that got me to that point. But the positivity in that darkness was y'all, you know, calling y'all and making sure y'all hear my voice. Y'all give me some positive outside. Y'all like, hey, you know, hey, what's up, big Al, man? You good? Oh yeah, man. We just laugh and talk about old shit in high school, and then that's it. And then I felt good in that moment, and then I started looking in a positive outlook. Like, damn, I needed that. And then I was like, oh damn, I got my son now. You know, let me start getting better, because it's not all bad in a way. So. Did you say anything, Hector? You good?
I'm chilling. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had asked you that because there was a point in time where I pretty much had stopped talking to everybody, and it wasn't just, you know, it didn't really have anything to do with them, but I needed to focus on myself. I felt like on the other side of that, I had become, in some version, the best that I had seen myself. And it wasn't because I ditched my friends. It's because I had to sit alone enough times to come up with my own solution. Like, friends can consult you, right?
Right.
They can help. Like, they can, you know, let you know that they're going through the same thing. And that's all I need from y'all. Like, you know, you got my back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not, but when I ask for advice, to not be biased. Tell me where I'm wrong, too. But when I really had to improve, like, I had to avoid them because I love y'all, but we would smoke together. I ain't trying to smoke right now. I ain't trying to drink right now because, you know, it might be a night out for you, but then if I start, I have a hard time stopping.
Right.
And then it's going to be the whole weekend. And then now I'm looking for girls in the worst places.
True.
You know, and so I understand having to take that back because to develop a proper ego, you kind of have to break yours down first. Like, I think being a real man is accepting, you know, your faults.
Right.
And then building upon them, not just appearing great and heroic at all times.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man. This is a good conversation, good episode. It was kind of funky at the beginning, but shit happens. So we're basically at the end. I have one more question for y'all, and then we're gonna finish it off with, you know, giving some positive and motivation to our listeners and our male listeners and just anybody, well, just our listeners. We're just trying to get positive and insight and uplifting. But before that, my next thing for y'all to think about is we basically it's a quote I got. It said, "When are you going to realize you are enough?" Do y'all feel like y'all enough in today's world?
I don't. Yeah.
Hell no.
Y'all don't feel like y'all enough?
No. I guess in my sense is just because, man, maybe because I have so many high expectations for myself, so many high standards. It sounds stupid. No, I feel like that. I don't care. It's just, you know, I got like this one dream that I want to do the most in the world, just to become a film director.
And what's stopping you?
Myself, literally. There's no other excuse. I waste my time watching TV, or I waste my time doing something else instead of hitting the gym. Like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, I think I'll feel for. Well, I don't know. What was the question? When are you gonna know you're enough?
Yeah. When are you gonna realize you're
I know.
enough?
You know, I say all this. I also don't have a kid, so maybe if I have a kid, my mind, my perception will change. You know, to a certain extent or whatever. But
Right.
What are you gonna say, Josh?
I'm gonna give a short answer. It's when you know you actually tried your hardest. When you know you actually did it.
I think that's what it is, and I beat myself up because I know I'm not even trying to even 2 degrees of what I can actually do, and that's why I feel like no. That's
So
yeah.
so how can you make that switch and make yourself feel like you're enough? How can you change that?
I'm gonna hop in first because what he said is how he uses like the stuff he watches to demonize himself and to make himself sound lazy when in reality he's anything but. I think how you really have to overcome that, and I've had a conversation with him about it before, is you got to do a real deep dive as to why did you choose to watch something? Why are you avoiding this? Like, what is it? What is it? It's not laziness. You work hard at your job. When I hear laziness, I think laziness all the way around. Laziness just can't be sporadic. You're not just lazy. Because if I ask you to come help me move out my house right now, you would come in there like a fucking contractor. Yeah. You're not lazy, and it's really hard to do, but I've been accepting real truths about myself as well.
Right.
Like acknowledging that I've been too scared to become the person that I think that I should be. but I don't present it that way, so it was confusing to me. But I had to accept realistically, like, I haven't gone as hard as I can in different areas because part of me feels like I might not deserve it, or it's not real, or it's just untouchable. But those are just excuses that I give myself in secret, not to y'all. In secret, it's in my head. I don't explicitly say it in my head. I drown it out with different things to do, like Netflix or something. But like when I really sat back and thought back on why I avoided the things I know would make me more successful, it was for those reasons. I didn't believe it was for me. And when I getting to that, now I know I need to get over that problem. Like, that's the real problem. Like, now I know I need to tackle that. What can I do to give myself confidence? And that's hard to admit because I don't want to sound like a bitch ever. That's that man like programming. Like you don't want to sound like this. Sound like some bitch shit to say, but it's like I had to admit it to myself. Like, nigga, that's what's holding you back. And if I gotta overcome that to make me truly successful, then I have to finally make it to that truth. So find that real truth. Really evaluate that shit.
Right. Okay. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I realize y'all two are enough. Y'all enough of whatever y'all got going on and whatever y'all doing in y'all life. Y'all are enough. Yeah, y'all are valued. You are wanted in your lives. And I don't want y'all to think that y'all not wanted or y'all not valued as a man. Because whatever y'all doing, y'all handling y'all business, y'all handling y'all responsibilities, and y'all doing what y'all need to do. And I appreciate y'all, and I love y'all to the bottom of my heart. And whatever y'all got going on, fuck that shit. I'm gonna say y'all are wanted, y'all are valued, y'all are needed in this world. Real talk.
Damn.
Real talk. Don't y'all went straight to the negative, and I was like, no, man, that's bullshit. Yeah, you man, like you're Hector, like Hector.
Sure did. We dived over.
Hey, but that's where I'm at right now.
I'm
No,
about to die.
like, yo, that's just
No. But no, y'all gotta look into the positive,
You're
man.
right, you're right.
You gotta look into the positive, man. Like Hector, you can get back into the gym, bro, and you can do what you need to do. You just gotta have that discipline.
Hey, hold on. We ain't ever talk about nothing, no weight, no gym, no nothing. My boy, hey, you right?
Nah.
Yeah, you're right. No, I fully noted.
No.
Right.
But yeah, we do stop ourselves. We do procrastinate. We're human, and we just got to fight that urge to have that discipline to actually, like for myself, it's like I have the discipline to go to the gym 3 days a week after work, working 12 hours, just 16 hours, climbing towers and stuff in the plants, and then still go in the gym 2-3 hours and squat 600 pounds, deadlift 700.
Just a slight flex.
No, it ain't
hey,
no
it's been
flex.
brought up on the show before.
No.
Yeah. Oh,
Check out episode 2 and 3. They talk about it.
okay.
No, but it's not no flex, man. But I have that discipline because it's like something I want to do, not health wise, but it's like, let me see how strong can I get in powerlifting. And the same thing with my marriage. Like, it's like, man, I actually want to be in this is my first time being married, and I was like, I want to make this right. I want to do the right things. My mom taught me how to be the man that I need to be. Don't be like these. Mom, in a weird way, my mom separates us from the Honduran people, like the Honduran black people and the actual black people. She said, y'all not like them. Y'all different. And I was like, what does she mean? I don't know, because we're from Honduras or we're from a different country or what. But she said, I don't want y'all to never be like that. I don't want you to sack your pants. I don't want you to be disrespectful and shit like that. I want you to be great men that serves honor to our last name, no matter what we got going on. If we're like struggling or whatever, she always wanted to be honorable men in everything that we do.
I'm gonna tell you why she did that. So my people Caribbean, and what you find out, what's different from my Caribbean family and American black folks, which I am, is they have culture.
Right.
Their culture has values. It's not based on hardcore hip hop music. It's about building families and building wealth.
Right.
And that's a serious defining point.
Right.
Not to we're not going to talk about this, but American black culture is like all over the place right now.
You're right.
But like African blacks, Caribbean blacks, like blacks from other places, like they work hard for each other, like other races.
Oh yeah. Man, that's the whole key of everything. So now we're at the guest finisher, so we can finish the episode. Do you have any positivity or motivation or any advice to give to a group of men, one man, or just the masses? What advice or motivation can you give? Short and sweet.
Learn how to become happy. What I mean by that is, man, honestly, like once you can honestly learn how to be happy and love yourself, life gets so much better in all aspects. Because at the end of the day, what I've realized in life, yes, to your point, to all your points, we have, for those of us who do have families, who do have our spouses, who do have friends and all this, at the end of the day, like I realize in this world, like really, at the end of the day, I have me. You know what I'm saying? Like if everything goes to shit, if I don't got me, it's over. And that just comes to like finding your true happiness with yourself. And until you can find your true happiness with yourself as a man, then you can bring happiness into others. Then you can step up and be X, Y, and Z. So definitely, man, just know that you only got one shot in life, and try to become find your happiness. And yeah.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Hector. Josh, do you have any positive outlook?
Honestly,
to get to the masses?
Yo, I agree with that tenfold. A lot of dudes in relationships, you know, we like to problem solve. We like to be logical. So a lot of times what happens is there's a lot of guys who won't let go even if they're being done wrong, right? You know what I realized is my woman is more attracted to me when I start to focus back on myself. And when I'm back in the gym, and it's not about my body, it's
just that you're being disciplined in something.
Or when I like finally speak my mind and don't avoid the fight, like she treats me with a different respect every time.
Yeah,
and that requires me being vulnerable. So I have to learn to accept myself and move forward as well, because a lot of dudes don't accept themselves. Like we have a friend, you know, who is bisexual or, you know, gay for a long time, and they weren't happy until they finally came out with that shit, right? Like, and you know, I wish I gave them the more space to be that way, and not like be weird about it just because I don't understand it. Like I wish I was more
like, in hindsight, you understand that he's also human and going through a human experience in your life.
So what positive message or advice would you give to the man, to the next man to move forward in life?
Accept yourself, your true self. Your true self. Don't think about what you tell your friends. Really focus on them deep thoughts that you don't tell anybody, and correct those. It will make you happy. It will free you.
You know what, just to piggyback off of that one last time, but like when I kept saying find your happiness, I guess what I was really trying to say is, yeah, like your happiness is going to be choose yourself. Once you learn how to choose yourself, everything else will be better for everybody else.
Alan, you told me actually when I asked you about advice, you know, having a baby, you said fill your cup first.
Yeah, you got.
Oh, for real? Alan said that.
He said that. He said fill your cup first.
That's all. That's shout outs to my wife. She's the one that told me that, because that's not just in marriage or in relations. Like that's in everyday life. Like how we got to focus on ourselves. You got to fill your cup up first, because if your cup is not filled and you trying to help everybody else and your cup is still empty, you can't really do that, because your cup is empty. Yeah, and you got to fill yourself up first before you can before you can help the masses, and before you can help your people or your kid or your wife or just anybody. But if you don't fill yourself up first and you empty, you don't got nothing to give. Yep. You don't got nothing to give. So you got to fill your cup up first, man. And the listeners, like that's a number one priority. fill your cup up first and believe in yourself and take care of yourself first in everything that you do before you can help somebody else. And we're going to leave it at that. So, yeah, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. So we're going to close it out. I got some music here. Hopefully it's going to play this damn phone. And let's see. Let's play it out. There you go. Okay. I like it. So
you got to freestyle to one of these one day.
Hell no. I'm not freestyling with Alan.
I don't know this about Alan, but he used to lay it down.
No, hell no. Bars. Hell no. My bars was trash. My bars, even Clint said my bars was trash.
But one thing I will say, he did them, which is something that a lot of us
Josh,
won't do.
You still doing beats?
Yo. I am still doing beats. I am still doing music. You can go find any of my stuff by Debonair, but that's DBNAIR. Apple Music, iTunes, all that good stuff.
Okay.
I still have stuff going. Something I realized in life, it's not my main purpose to be big in that sense, but I'll never stop making it.
Okay, man, appreciate it. So yeah. That's the end of the episode, y'all. I'm glad if you made it this far, I appreciate you. I appreciate your ears. I appreciate your time for listening. It's been great. It's been awesome. Like I said, this is my two hombres, my two broskies from high school, all the way from middle school. And they're kind of like another, they was my friends, but now we're family. And we're like brothers in arms.
For sure.
Shit. And I just thank y'all for taking this time to be on the podcast, share y'all stories, get shit off your chest, because that's what it's about. And yeah, man. So listeners, no matter what's going on in your life, take care of yourself, be yourself, and fill your cup up first, because you matter, and everything you do matters, and it's going to turn into gold, and you're going to do everything that you dream of. And until then, peace, love, and positivity. And we out.